Okay, so we need to type in shape into here. Let's click this here. Into the search instead of texture. And shape, okay, enter. Sprite 2D. Yeah, that didn't help. So let me make it bigger. Don't think that will help, but nope. Texture. Filter. When I type shape into the search, it does not have size XY underneath it. Okay. Okay, we gotta fix the shape property. It doesn't really say anything. Manage option properties. Expand all. There's nothing to change. Okay. Sprite 2D texture. Kind of stuck. When I type into the search, it does not have size XY. I have another question anyways. So I have the farmer, and I have all of the pieces of the game, of art. They're all sitting on a white background. Am I going to be able to remove the white backgrounds for all of these objects easily? Very solvable. Okay, there's a few ways to do it. Remove BG. Oh, okay. Oh god, there's a paid thing. Wow. I've already used BG and it's really not the best. Okay. And then how about animating these characters? What can you tell me about that? Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna not have animation. Yeah, loop animation, exactly. Yeah, so for sure, Higgsfield has an animate. I'm definitely going to use the animate this image feature within Higgsfield. Will that be able to apply to Godot? Huh. You have to extract the individual frames from the video. Import them into Godot. Wow. You know, there are going to be some type of higher level AI fixes for this. Let me ask this other totally random question. At its highest level, and I know this is your competitor, but with codecs, and if I go into some sort of like a video game builder, is it going to be able to generate all of this code and all of these ideas and put the pieces together? If I am operating off of the level of ultra code, and if I do this, how much would that cost me in tokens roughly? Because I think there is an easy method. It would just have to be cost effective. Okay, a capable agentic coding tool included can read Godot project folder, write and edit GD scripts, create scenes, and wire up the kind of mechanics that we've been working on. That's a well understood category of task, file editing and code generation, that isn't unique to one company's tools. If it has file access to your project and can run commands, it can technically do what we've been doing manually. Attach scripts, write signal connections, build spawning logic, etc. What it can't skip, regardless of the tools you use, is the decisions. Easy, that's all day. I'm the designer. Visual feel and testing. No AI can tell you if the catching hitbox feels fair. That's playtesting, that's all day. Art pipeline judgment, that's all day. I got that. So, where a fully agentic tool would genuinely save you time, the tedious UI clicking we've spent a lot of this conversation on, finding the right inspector tab, typing the exact paths, collecting signals through dialogues is exactly the kind of repetitive mechanical work an agentic coding tool handles faster than a human clicking through menus. You totally already have access to something like this through your Claude subscription. Claude Code, run from a terminal, pointed at your Godot project folder, does exactly this, writes your GD files directly, no copy pasting. I mentioned this earlier in our conversation as a months from now tool once you're comfortable with Godot's basics. But given how much manual friction we've hit tonight might be worth trying sooner rather than later. Yeah, so we actually learned how to be programmers. I learned how to be programmers. Right now I'm figuring out hitboxes, and I'm doing basic level stuff. But I think I'm ready to move it onto the next phase of just skipping to the end. We do have already a lot of these things done. The art pipeline is perfect. The visual feel and testing, we've already play tested it. And the design decisions, well, the levels have to be different. There needs to be some way of monetizing the game, and we're going to see, based off of this next answer, if we're just going to use AI at a much higher level even, and see if we can skip to the end and get this game out fast, because the basic design elements have been made. The technical aspects of coding and adding everything together on a higher level with Claude or Codex connected directly to Godot, which it can be with a direct connection. We're going to talk about possibly an API connection. We can get all of this done much faster. So that's what we're going to explore in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. It's going to get interesting now.